Most off-road SUVs today are built on a foundation of dishonesty. They arrive with aggressive body kits, chunky tires designed to look serious, and marketing campaigns constructed entirely around slow-motion footage of mud spraying through the air. But the moment you actually leave the pavement and put any one of them in a genuine situation, the illusion collapses in a way that makes you question who was supposed to be fooled. Suspension geometry tuned for highway smoothness. Ground clearance numbers calculated to impress in a brochure, not to survive an actual trail. Toyota has studied this problem for a long time, and with the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ, they have chosen a completely different path. This is something fundamentally different. This is Toyota reaching back to the core of what made off-road vehicles worth caring about in the first place. Not larger touchscreens, not more dramatic LED signatures stretched across the front fascia, not a tuned exhaust note engineered to make it sound faster than it actually is. Just a machine built with honest purpose, designed for people who genuinely go places rather than just performing the idea of going places. That kind of clarity is becoming rare in this market. And it shows in every single design decision surrounding this vehicle. What makes the exterior design genuinely impressive is not what Toyota added, but what they chose to leave out completely. No dramatic creases meant to suggest aggression that does not exist. No decorative vents performing zero actual function. No design language borrowed from sports cars to manufacture excitement on a dealership lot. Instead, you get clean flat surfaces and upright proportions that serve real purposes. Tall windows produce better driver visibility when the terrain gets challenging. A compact overall footprint enables a tighter turning radius and better navigation through narrow paths that larger vehicles simply cannot follow. Every visible choice here points toward capability over showmanship, and that level of discipline earns genuine respect. Interior details remain closely held, but the direction Toyota is pointing toward is unmistakable. This is a cabin being designed around durability and usability rather than luxury presentation. Expect materials built to handle genuine hard use without degrading after a few years of trails and gear and wet conditions. Expect physical controls on critical functions, because when you are managing a technical descent on loose ground at walking speed, the absolute last thing you need is a touchscreen demanding multiple precise inputs to adjust traction settings. If Toyota executes this interior correctly, the Mini Land Cruiser FJ could deliver one of the most genuinely satisfying cabins in the segment. Not because of cost or visual sophistication, but because it respects what the driver is actually doing with it. Engine choices are still officially undisclosed, but expectations point toward a naturally aspirated or small turbocharged option with a clear emphasis on torque delivery and long-term durability. Toyota does not need to win acceleration contests with this vehicle. They need it to start without complaint at altitude after a cold night. They need it running perfectly after thousands of kilometers across gravel, dust, and roads that receive zero maintenance attention. Consistent low-end torque, a transmission that has proven itself across real operating conditions, and components that absorb sustained abuse without demanding constant intervention. Toyota has built vehicles exactly like this many times before, and when they commit to that standard without compromise, the results tend to define entire segments for generations. Pricing remains unannounced, but the market positioning places this below the larger Land Cruiser models, which is precisely where it needs to land for the concept to reach its full potential. The natural reference point is the Suzuki Jimny, a vehicle that has already built a remarkably loyal community around its approach to compact off-road capability at an accessible price. The Jimny is focused and disciplined and exceptionally effective at what it was designed to accomplish. But the interior space demands real commitment from driver and passenger, and daily usability becomes something you consciously choose to accept rather than simply enjoy. Toyota is targeting a broader audience here. More interior room, a more complete modern safety suite, and genuine daily usability that does not feel like a deliberate compromise every single morning. That is the space Toyota is actually competing for. Not the pure off-road instrument position the Jimny already owns, but the role of a compact, capable daily vehicle that you genuinely choose as your primary transportation and never feel limited by. If the pricing reflects the positioning and the real-world capability matches what the design and engineering direction are clearly promising, Toyota is not simply entering an existing segment. They are rewriting the expectations that define it entirely. The 2026 Mini Land Cruiser FJ is a statement about what matters in vehicle design when the people making decisions actually believe in the purpose of the machine they are building. Toyota is choosing simplicity over feature accumulation, durability over surface impression, and genuine purpose over chasing whatever aesthetic trend is currently selling units. There is something quiet and confident about a vehicle this clear on its own identity. And when a machine is built from the beginning with that kind of conviction, without compromise and without apology, it tends to outlast everything built around the need to impress rather than the ability to endure.